Hello everyone, excuse me sitting on the arm of my sofa, but I just thought we'd have a quick catch up before we kind of go outside today. I've not been out and fed the horses this morning because I'm going to move them onto their summer paddock. Not officially, like we are not starting summer yet, like that would be a little bit premature, but there's just so much grass on that field and there's no grass on the field that they're in, so I think if we just put them onto the summer one for a good chunk of the day and then move them back over later on tonight, I think that'll kind of give them a good few hours of grazing on this lovely, luscious, sugary grass, and then we'll move them back to starvation tonight. And that's pretty much all I need to do with them. I still am not riding. It's been 3 weeks since I last rode a horse, and that was my last day's hunting with McAlester. Billy's obviously 8.5 weeks post-colic surgery, so he's still out of the game for another 6 to 8 weeks, I suppose. And then Perdy just looks so immature and so juvenile. I don't think she's ready for me to start retraining her yet. So I'm kind of enjoying finding other things to do. And one thing that I am going to start doing, and I've thought about this for a while, is I am going to start a podcast. My friend Leah, who has been in some videos of mine, she's coming over this evening and we're going to have a cup of tea or a glass of wine, depending on the vibe, and we're just going to talk about ideas. And the reason I've asked for her to do it with me is, number one, she's incredibly funny and sharp, like she's so quick. She's 8-9 years younger than me, so I think it kind of gives another perspective to look at things from. And also I think there's just a much more interesting dynamic between two people doing a podcast, whereas sometimes when it's just one person it can get a little bit static. So I think I'm quite looking forward to having a bit of a sit down and discussing ideas with her. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to. And it's also not something that I ever would have seen myself doing. I think I've always just had this idea that I'm not very good at articulating a story. I'm very good at writing, but speaking just off the cuff, typically I do struggle with it, and I kind of go off on tangents and I don't feel like anyone can keep up with me. Like I notice if I'm in a crowd or in like a group of people, and I am introverted, so maybe this is part of it as well, but when I start talking and telling a story, people just stop listening, and it's so like disheartening to kind of realise that people are actually just looking down at their phones and no one really cares what you're saying. And quite often, just mid flow of what I'm saying, I will just stop and no one even really notices, which is really nice. And maybe I shouldn't be admitting that on camera, but you know, I'm sure I'm not the only one that has that kind of experience, or maybe I am, at which point you need to let me know I'm not the type of person to do a podcast because no one wants to listen to me. It's quite a big thing personally to even consider doing a podcast. We've not even sat down and really talked about it properly yet, but just the idea, I would have completely poo-pooed it even a year ago and just thought that it was completely something that wasn't in my skill set. But doing social media and doing TikTok and YouTube has just given me so much confidence to kind of try new things and put myself out there, and just to not care about what anybody says or thinks, because I've kind of realised, more so on TikTok, that you can have the best intentions, you can have a really good message, and someone will misinterpret it, someone will twist your words, someone's going to leave a hateful comment just because they can. So really it doesn't, like, you might as well just put yourself out there, because regardless of what you do, you're going to get people that like what you're doing and you're going to get people that really don't like what you're doing, and that's showbiz, baby. These dogs are so excited to go outside. They've been pestering me all morning to say, hurry up, mum, let's go. Sometimes you just gotta do your routine a little bit differently, okay? Gotta spice things up. I don't know what the weather's doing. It was really sunny and really warm. Like I had all the windows in the house open, and now it's freezing cold. Weather update. It's freezing. It's trying to rain as well. Like it's so windy and it's just miserable. So yeah, I'm not really warm enough in my gilet, but I'm sure once I get moving, I'll be fine. Billy's kind of the only one down here. The others are kind of in the next paddock along. the gates open. So I think we'll take Billy right now to the new paddock and wait for the others to kind of catch up and realise that they're missing out. What do you think, Bills? Can I trust you not to be silly? We've had collars on today. Otis, come on! Come here! Let's go and get the others. That's Billy done and dusted. I'm just not sure whether to risk, she says as she's grabbing 2 head collars, I'm not sure whether to take Callie and Perdy one by one or whether to just jump in with both feet and take them 2 at a time. I might take them both, like, you know I love Billy with all my heart, but he is by far the naughtiest horse, whereas the other 2 I think would be quite chilled. So we Australian all of a sudden. So I think we'll just take them both. I'm going to take McAllister's rug off though, because although it is not that warm today and it is very windy, I think once it's kind of, the clouds have blown out the way, I think it'd be quite a nice day. And looking at him now, his rug's half undone itself anyway. So we'll take his rug off quickly. Come on, my baby boy. And wait for Perdy. Perdy, come on! Take that rug off, Cal. You good boys? Have you been helping? Sort of. Not really. This weather. This is not cute. I think actually that was a job well done. All the horses are like really chilled out and the dogs have been like semi well behaved. I have got my new whistle, which I will show you how effective that is. Otis being good at the whistle is like, obviously I'm proud of him, but also he's just that kind of dog that wants to do the right thing. When Dillon comes back to the whistle, honestly, it could bring a tear to my eye. I'm just so proud of him that at 10 years old, he's finally learning that perhaps he should sometimes listen to mummy. And I can't even tell you, when I see him like trotting over to me all like waggy tailed and he's like, aren't I a good boy? I'm like, yes you are, yes you are. Actual tears. Saying that, they have just run off and it is pouring with rain, but let me kind of just pan around the horses so you can see what's going on. Billy's like chilling. Callie and Perdy are just a bit up there. As you can see, there's a lot of grass, which does concern me with him. Obviously with him colicking like fairly recently, any changes to his diet we've got to be so careful with, even more than you would with any other horse, because of course we've got to be careful changing horses' diets, do it gradually. Hang on, I've spotted the dogs, watch this. I'm gonna get my whistle ready. Good boy! Yeah. Right, where's... He's such a good boy! Come on, my little prince. Here you go, my baby. You are such a special boy. Oh, what a good boy. What a good boy. You're a good boy too, but this is quite an achievement for little Dill, isn't it? I was going to take the dogs for a little run, but it is really raining now and I'm just going to go in the house and sack this off. So I hope the horses are going to be good. Yeah, come on little Dill. I don't know if you noticed, but in the last clip I looked really dog rough and my hair was like the biggest culprit for that. It was getting rained on, it was all like frizzy, wet, like just not a good look, and it was all like stuck to my forehead. Anyway, I've been inside for a couple of hours now, just like pottering and doing stuff on the laptop. Anyway, I put my like overnight heatless curler thing in, which is just like a foam sausage, I suppose, that you just twist your hair around. I put that in for like an hour, and now my hair's got some sort of shape again. I cannot recommend this curly thingy enough. I didn't get one for so long because I just thought it was like a TikTok marketing gimmick. But then I caved in and just thought I'd try it because it was like £9 on Amazon. And I got one, and it's just like a little foam sausage with 2 scrunchies, and you kind of just like twist your hair around it, sleep it overnight. You don't want your hair to be soaking wet, so you want it to be dry, but like spritzed with water. And I've been spritzing mine with leave-in conditioner just for like extra smoothening. Yeah? Are you following? Extra smoothening? Anyway, I just think, like, if you don't have one and you've been dilly-dallying and thinking that maybe even half tempted to get one, it's so good. And for like situations like that where your hair's been rained on and you can't really be bothered to do it again, it takes me 2 minutes to like clip it to the top of my head, twist my hair around it, take the clip out, and then just leave it to dry. And like literally an hour later, yes, it's not like fresh out the salon hair, but it's darn sight better than it was, and I'm really happy with it. And even on my very, very dark hair, which I'm not a big fan of, but we're kind of just rolling with it because what other choice do we have? I think it even makes my hair look almost quite nice. I can almost live with this. So if you don't have a heatless curler foam rod thingy, get one. You won't regret it, and it has a multitude of uses, especially if you're going like in and out throughout the day in all kinds of weather. Between you and I actually keep it in to go and do the horses in the morning because I don't see any sense in taking the little foamy thing out just to put my hair in a bun to go and do the horses. So it's all like wrapped off your face anyway. So I've just been like rolling out of bed, get changed, brush my teeth, do my skincare, out the door with my hair in rollers. My neighbour was out the other morning, literally in the next paddock along from mine, and she started chatting to me, and I was like, this is really embarrassing. I've got like a golden halo in my hair and I just looked ridiculous. And I went over and she said, you look like something out of Little House on the Prairie with your hair all like tied up in like ribbons. It's a strong look, and you've got to be like particularly cool to pull it off, which I think luckily I can. That little hair chat went on for a lot longer than I was anticipating. I got quite invested into it, and I was literally about to put my coat on to go out, and now baby Dill is furious with me. Look at, you want to go out, don't you? Yeah. We're gonna get a nice warm coat on. I'm gonna get the leads and a pocket full of treats and my dog whistle, and we're gonna go and like do a spontaneous check on the horses. They won't expect this, they won't see it coming, so we'll get like a really clear picture of how they're behaving when they're unsupervised. It will absolutely be my worst nightmare if Billy is charging around the field, because obviously he's at quite a risk of getting a hernia at the moment. He's 8.5 weeks post-surgery, and if he does too much too soon, he's going to get a hernia. So technically he should still be in like a really small paddock, turned out by himself. But because he's 16, he's generally really quiet in the field. Like, yes, he'll have the odd, like, trot, canter, little bronc, but that's like very, very rarely. So I kind of thought, on balance, he's probably not going to do anything silly. And I hope I do not eat my words. Hello, Gillies. Well, this is promising. What a good boy. Look at you! Someone's had a roll. Yeah. You having a good time, baby? You having a nice time? Yeah. You happy? You happy? Look at that pony. Golly! Look at you! You little pig. He's not been clipped since early December, which is now nearly 4 months ago. And he still looks like it's been freshly done. Maybe he'll stay like that forever, which would actually be very handy. Right, should we go for a little walk? Should we go for walkies? I have made a slight rookie error. I forgot the whistle. I've got a pocket full of treats, but no whistle, so I'm gonna have to do my best without it. Come on. I feel like I had some other things that I was going to chat to you about, but now I've actually got the opportunity. I can't remember what they were. Obviously I've told you about the podcast and about Leah, so that was probably the main thing. Lately I've had a lot of time for thinking, and one thing I've come to realise is that for the first time ever, I find myself in the position where I'm not riding any of my horses for what could be months. Years ago, I was the kind of rider that said I wouldn't ride or have horses unless I was going out competing. I didn't see the point in all the effort, the early mornings and the late nights, with no reward waiting for me at the end. These days, that couldn't be further from my truth. I'm genuinely really enjoying just caring for them and making sure they are healthy and happy, without asking for anything in return. I strangely feel closer to them and more in tune, more part of the herd than the ringleader. I'm spending a lot of my time observing and simply being with them. I've always loved my horses, but I've also always asked for something in return. Today, all I want is for them to be happy, healthy, and anything else on top of that is a blessing. Whoa! I feel like these doggies have had a lovely, nice run now. They've been frolicking about in the field for a good while. So I think we should probably head back. Maybe see what time Leah's coming over. I don't know what she wants to do for dinner, whether I need to go and sort some food out. I don't know. I don't know. Come on, Dilly. The horses have been out on that new paddock for like 4.5, 5 hours. And I think one thing that I need to do before I go and get them back in is actually poo-pick the field from last night. I think I'm just going to do that and then go and get Billy and give him his dinner up here. And then whilst he's eating that, I'll go and get the other two, who absolutely are not getting any dinner tonight because they've all stuffed their faces. I think I was umming and ahhing about leaving Billy out for a bit longer, and I was looking at them in the field all happy and like munching away. I thought, oh, I could just leave them out all night, I'm sure it'll be fine. But actually I think that would be a little bit over. I think there's no point rushing it. I'd rather take it slowly for my own peace of mind and make sure that he's okay. So I think by the time I've been and got him, he'll have been on there for 5 hours. Tomorrow I might leave him for a bit longer, and then maybe Tuesday or Wednesday he'll be able to move over there permanently. I'm so worried about anything happening to him again. Like, I've not dealt with colic, let alone colic surgery before, so kind of this side of it where it's like we're constantly like testing the waters, it does make me a little bit nervous, and I want to do the right thing. So I think baby steps, not push our luck. Like, Billy and I are very similar in that we're kind of like, well, in for a penny, in for a pound, you might as well just go the whole way. But actually in this instance, I think it would be much better to err on the side of caution and take it very slowly. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to poo-pick this field. I'm back in the gilet, I've got the dog whistle, so all should be well from here on out. Oh God, I'm gonna go and get Billy in, and I think just for my own mental sanity, I'm gonna shut the dogs in the tack room so that I haven't got to worry about them, because I don't think Billy's gonna be too happy about coming in, which is why I've left the head collar on, so hopefully it'll be more subtle that I'm getting him. But I just wanted to record Dillon coming to the whistle, because he like trots up to you like licking his lips. He knows he's gonna get a treat, and it's just the sweetest thing. So let me see if he'll do it this time. Probably the law of sod, he's not going to do it, but we'll give it a try. Good boy. Look! Good boys. Come on then. Trying not to be suspicious. Hello, Cal. Good boy. Oh, he's a jealous boy. See, a jealous boy. Oh, you're going to be so angry when you realise. Good boy. Come on then. Good boy. It's dinner time. Dinner time. Is that not 3 content full ponies? Yeah, we all eaten quite a lot today. We're just going to take it easy.